wanna be the greatest. Everybody on the fake shit. I look around and feel like everybody is the fakest. I make this every day and I'm impatient, hoping one day I blow up from the base.
Welcome back to another episode of Lone Star College Football. The Big 12 has finally released the schedules for the Texas Longhorns for 2023 football. Been waiting on this for a while, longer than the other conferences had to wait. And now I'm seeing the schedule, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. We got a video on this channel about how I thought we were gonna get screwed over, and we didn't. We really didn't, right? We're just gonna jump into how the schedule looks. Way too early predictions, but at the same time, I don't know as if my predictions will change too terribly much because the schedule doesn't seem to be that bad. There's a couple of interesting things. We're going to talk about the teams in the former Big 12 that we won't get to play, and we'll talk about the two new Big 12 teams that we do get to play, and just some super early how the season might go. With that being said, we appreciate y'all checking in on Lone Star College Football. Make sure you read this bottom line that's scrolling throughout the video to learn about our giveaways, and I'll talk some more about those at the end. Start the season off. Easy money. Rice. Boom. What is Josh on the Late Kick Show? Don't lose to food. Rice is easy. Easy money. No problem. We got to travel to Tuscaloosa, play Alabama. Going to be a tough game, but let's be honest. We should have won this year. I think it's a winnable game. I'm not chalking it up as a win. I'm chalking it up as an L, but it's a winnable game, right? Wyoming, I feel good about Wyoming. I don't have any concerns there. First week of Big 12 play, as Logan mentioned it on the today, we played last week of the Big 12 last year. This year it's week one, but week one of Big 12 play. We got the Bears in Waco, Plain Stadium. Me and Logan want to go to this game so bad, and I guess I'll talk about one giveaway. I think we can reach 1,000 before the start of the season. We're gonna buy at least one, maybe two for one. If you're a Texas or Baylor, we want this to be the game. Logan to go and bring one or two of y'all along with us. If you're not a Texas or Baylor fan, that's all right. We'll just find a different game to get y'all tickets to. But that's the hope. This game's going to be dope. Might be the last two times these teams play in for a while. And we want to go. I think Texas wins it, though, pretty honestly. And no disrespect to Logan or Baylor. They're building. They're rebuilding, right? I just think their defense is going to be like it was rough this year. Their defense is going to be worse next year. I think Shapen will take steps. I think Richard Reese, I think he's a dog. Their offensive line is going to be improved. Their receiver room is going to be improved. Drake Dabney, he's a good tight end. I just don't look at them and really fear enough about them to have concerns. So that starts us off in 4-1, or 3-1 rather. Sorry, to start the season. Then we play Kansas at home. I don't know, right? I mean, it's like Kansas last year. I don't think Kansas has taken a step back. I don't know what they're losing, but I know Jalen Daniels come back. I know Devin Neal, the running backs, coming back. I don't know about their receivers. I don't know offensive line. I don't know anything about defense, but I know Lance Leipold has done an amazing job with the Jayhawks, and they're getting their quarterback and running back to come back. Man, I just feel like they're probably going to put another step together. I don't think I see Kansas being a Big 12 contender next year, but I think Jalen Daniels could be all Big 12 quarterback for sure. I don't see Kansas being 2-10 though. So just out of talent, right? They were better last year, improved, and we still spanked them. I'm going to go with the dub for that one. Brings us to 4. Now we're 4-1. Going into Oklahoma. I'm not scared of the Sooners. Right? I've seen so many Sooner fans. Oh, I hope y'all keep Steve Sarkisian. That's fine, bro. I hope y'all keep Brent Venables. Y'all were garbage last year. And to be honest, let's be honest. That last year under Lincoln Riley, they lost what, 2 or 3 games? And that was the year that Texas choked, right? We were killing them and choked. They should have lost that game too. They didn't beat us. We choked. They were on the downfall last year of Lincoln. He dipped. Brent Venables came in, inherited that. He's not making it any better yet. Their recruiting is good. That's fine and all. Their defense is going to suck. Dylan Gabriel is 7-11 when playing Power 5 football teams. I'm not concerned about him. Their running back's gone. Marvin Mims is gone. Yeah, I think we beat Oklahoma. Brings us to 5-1 going into the bye week. It's a middle of the tier bye week. Logan mentioned it. There's a lot of teams with the same bye week. Baylor, Oklahoma, Texas, and UCF, I think, all have the same bye week. Coming out of the bye, we get Houston. It's on the road, but it's not that far away. Which brings me to a point, actually. If you look at our road games, Alabama, okay, that's a far away. Baylor and Waco. We get Oklahoma, but it's in Dallas. Houston, TCU, and Fort Worth. 4 of our 6 away games are in the state of Texas. That's solid. Like we have to go to Iowa State and Tuscaloosa. We have 2 out-of-state games. I'm gonna save that. Put that to the side. We'll come back to that. Houston, I feel good about that. I'm not concerned with them yet. BYU, 2 years ago, BYU was okay. Last year, they they beat Baylor and then really went downhill from there. 2 of their offensive linemen dipped out to Waco. Their quarterback's leaving I think he's going to the draft, and I don't know why. He didn't have that great of a year. Not concerned with BYU. Brings us at that moment. What is that? 7-2, 6-2. I mean, is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1, 7-1. Like, goodness, this could be a great. Like, this schedule is looking to be solid for us. That's 7-1 with a probable but not guaranteed loss to Alabama. Like, let's be real. We got Kansas State. We have beaten Kansas State 2 years in a row. Okay. One of those years, we're 5-7, still beat Kansas State. Last year, we beat Kansas State, and they go on to win the Big 12 championship. And now they don't have Deuce Vaughn. I'm not concerned about them. I'm just being honest. I'm not. TCU's losing a ton. Kendre Miller, Max Duggan, Quentin Johnston. TCU's not going to be the dog. They're not. I'm sorry. They might do good in the transfer portal. In fact, I expect them to. Sonny Dykes he'll get some transfer guys in. Not going to be enough to keep them where they were. And even then, when they beat us this year, it really wasn't those games where it's like, man, we just lost. It was our offense was incompetent. Defense held the national title runner-ups, not kind of. They kind of got blown out in that game, but still technically runner-ups. We held them to 17. That's not too shabby. Iowa State, I think Iowa State's going to be at the bottom of the Big 12 again. And then Texas Tech, who finished 7-5. So I think 8-5 with their bowl win. We lost to them last year, but let's be real. We lost to them with Donovan Smith, not with Tyler Shuck or Baron Morton. Donovan Smith dipped. Call me crazy, guys. Call me crazy. Jason, I know you will. When I say this, I don't say it lightly. Coach Sark, Coach K, Gary Patterson, if you're still there, all the fans watching, we legitimately could have an 11-1 season right here. Legitimately. Now, as a Texas fan, if I'm just being honest, we won't. I don't think we will, but we should. Right? I mean, you got to look at that Oklahoma game. Although I'm not scared of them, it is Oklahoma. It's a rival. I think we were well on our way to just curb stomping them 2 years in a row. And the first year we I guess we just forgot how to finish the game, every game that year pretty much. Last year we finished, and I mean, in all reality, if we wanted to, we'd have hung 75 on them if we wanted to. We stopped playing our starters. We had third stringers in like halfway through the third quarter. Our ceiling next year could actually be 12-0. That's not like what I'd put it as at like a prediction wise. Like a prediction wise, I'd say 11-1, just chalking up the Bama as a loss. My way too early is 11-1 ceiling. The floor, because we're the University of Texas and we underachieve as often as we do, I'd have to still say it was like 8-4. But guys, if we lose 4 games next, I mean, if we lose 2 and it's Bama and Oklahoma, that's not the end of the world. That'll be fine. But that's only in a world if Oklahoma is good next year, which I think they'll be better. They won't go 6-7, but looking at their schedule, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Their schedule's pretty not bad either. They could have a 10-win season, right? In all reality, our floor next year is 8-4. My current prediction would be 10-2, 9-3 as the bottom, 10-2 as the top. And the reason for that is, guys, even if we beat Oklahoma, as a Texas fan, until we can do it consistently, all right, hear me out. And last year we didn't do it. So if we did it this year, it'd be the first time in a while. Until we have a whole season where we don't lose a game that we shouldn't lose, I can't predict us to win them all. I just can't. All right? I'm sorry. I drink as much burnt orange Kool-Aid as I got in the fridge. My glasses are on all the time. I never take them off. But even with that, I have to acknowledge that's just what we do. And it's not even, listen, it's not even always just us. It's the Big 12 in general. In general, the Big 12, if you're a Big 12 team, at least once a season, most teams, all right, if there was 10, the past however many years, there's been 10 Big 12 teams, 9 of them are going to lose a game that they shouldn't lose. And sometimes it's all 10. How many times has Oklahoma lost to Oklahoma or Kansas State on seasons where they finished the season 11-1? It's like, who'd you lose to? Kansas State? They sucked. How'd you lose to them? It just happens. Sometimes it just happens that way. Out of all the teams, other than Bama and Oklahoma, if I had to choose the game that we lost, right? If you're, say, Christian, you get to choose your third loss, and obviously I would do it based off like respect. Like, if we lost this game, it would suck, but it wouldn't be the end of the world. If TCU is good again, then I would choose TCU. But honestly, the next best team on our schedule might actually be Kansas. I think Kansas. Where's their schedule? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just quick glance. I can count 8 wins on Kansas's schedule. If they beat us, that would be 9. Like if we lost to Kansas and they had 9, it's respectable. People would still make jokes, whatever, because they're Kansas. But all I'm saying is how many 6 of y'all, or however many, not 6 teams got beat by Kansas last year. Texas wasn't one of them, and we beat them so bad that they may never want to come. Oh, we beat them in their own stadium too. We play them at home this year. Yeah, Kansas would be nice. If I had to choose another team that I think might actually be respectable next year, it's Kansas. If I got to choose the team, we just wouldn't lose because I would never pick us to miss. But, guys, that's pretty much what I got. Other than, I think it's safe to mention, it's annoying when you look at some non-con games and like, man, West Virginia, man, they got to play Penn State and Pitt. Tech is playing Oregon. We're playing Bama, right? Iowa State, they play Iowa. They'll be better next year. Baylor's playing Utah. Cincinnati's playing Pitt. And so when you look at that stuff, and then you look at some of these other teams, and it's like, BYU. Oh, BYU plays Arkansas, but Houston. Who is y'all's other non-con? Houston's non-con. UTSA, Rice, and Sam Houston. Iowa State's non-con. Other than Iowa, what is it? I can't even see it. Ohio. They're bad. Oklahoma. What is that? Is that Arkansas State, SMU, and Tulsa? Not Arkansas State. Who do they play? Who's their other one? It's just terrible. Looking at these guys, these teams that they're playing, it's just it's terrible. It's like, are y'all in Oklahoma? Be real. Are y'all in the SEC already? Because you're scheduling your non-con like you are, and I know Jason. Jason's gonna say, well, we had Georgia on our schedule. Okay, y'all scheduled that like 10 years ago. All right, you don't act like you scheduled the back-to-back Natty guys. Y'all scheduled them 10 years ago. Not that they were bad 10 years ago, but they weren't amazing. Texas schedule's tough non-con. We just have Arkansas, LSU, USC, Alabama. I think we have games with Michigan and Ohio State already scheduled for the future. We've played Notre Dame in the past. That's just kind of what we do. It always comes back to bite us. We haven't gone 3-0 in Big 12 play, or we haven't gone 3-0 in non-con games since the 2009 season. So it hurts us. But it's at least respectable, I guess. I don't know if that's a fair trade, but at least we're respected, right? No, not really. We're really not respected either. It is what it is. But with that being said, that's what I got for y'all, man. This schedule's fun. I'm going to do a lot more deep diving into this over the next couple months. And once we know, like, roster stuff for all these teams, and we see everybody who's hitting the portal, everybody who's coming in, all the early enrollees for all these teams, and who's actually going to play, then I'll be able to sit down and do a much better review on game by game. Me and Logan will have a Big 12, team by team, game by game review before the start of the season. So with that being said, back to these giveaways. We're like 450 something right now on subs. We're going to hit 500 soon. We're going to do a $50 giveaway. If you want to be entered in that, subscribe to the channel. Follow us on Twitter. That's the easiest way, right? That's the easiest way for us to get in contact with you, is if you follow us on Twitter. That way, if we win, we just tweet you or DM you, whatever. If on YouTube, we kind of have to say, okay, you win. If you have a video on your channel, I can go try to leave a comment. Maybe you see it, maybe you don't. For our first giveaway, I had to make a community post and kind of just hope that they saw it, and they did. And so it worked there, and I was able to get in contact with them. But if you have a Twitter, following us over there is the easiest way for that to happen. And once again, if we reach 1,000 subs by September 2nd, which really, Logan makes a good point, it's by the 1st, because September 2nd is the first game of the season. We want to do ticket giveaways, at least one, maybe two. We got to figure all that out, see how much these tickets are going to cost. We're a small channel. We're not monetized. We hadn't made a penny off of this yet. And once we do, we really want to start putting it all back into the channel, doing more giveaways, improving this however we can for y'all, because we appreciate y'all. And then none of this is happening without people watching the videos. So we appreciate y'all clicking on our channel. And yeah, that's all I got for y'all today. We don't know what other content we might be making. I'm going to do probably another quarterback room video soon, right? Arch Manning's been on campus a couple of weeks. Malik Murphy's been on campus for a year now. Quinn Ewers needs some development. Do a little combo about how that might go, but I'm not sure when that'll come out. So just be on the lookout for that. I got to push the push notifications. You got to put those on so that you never miss another episode of Lone Star College Football. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. Until next time, hook 'em.